Hi everyone, my name is Vivek and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the 13th episode to create an education website using Jar Foundation. In the previous episode, we worked on the FAQ page using the accordion component, and today we'll work on this contact page using the forms component. First of all, open your text editor, go to source, pages, and create a new file called contact.html. You can then open this partials folder, open your footer.html and header.html. You can then add a link called contact.html, and you can add the same link in this footer.html. Once done, you can check your site and your contact page is ready to use. Now let's add this breadcrumb and this title. So for that, you can open our gallery.html and you can copy this HTML and breadcrumb div and you can paste it in our contact.html. So instead of gallery, we have to add contact, and for title we have to add get in touch. Once done, you can check your site again and you should see a breadcrumb and title over here. Now let's add this contact form. So you can open your foundation website, go to docs and click on site docs, click on general and forms. We need this label and input box for our form, so you can copy this label and input, and just before adding in our contact.html, let's create a form tag with a class called form. Then you can create a div with a class called row and columns, and then you can paste your label and input box. If you don't want this placeholder text, you can remove it. You can change your label into your name, and once done, you can check your site and you should see a label called your name and an input box. Likewise, let's add this email address. So this time you can copy this columns div, you can paste, and you can simply change your label into email address, and the type for the email address will be email. Let's check the site again now, and we can see your name and email address. Great. Now let's add this phone and subject. So this time you can copy this entire row div. The first label is phone, so you can change it to phone, and the type for that phone will be Dell. Then we have got subject, so I will change it to subject, and the type for subject would be text. So let's check the site again, and you can see phone and subject. Finally, let's add this message box and this submit button. So you can create a div with a class called row and columns. You can then copy this label and paste it over here. The label would be message, and instead of input type text, this time it would be text area. You can remove all of these things if you don't need them. Then finally we need a button. So again, let's create a div with a class called row and columns. and let's create a button. The name of button is submit. The type of button would be submit, and the class would be primary and button. Once done, you can check the site and our form is ready. But currently, if I click on the submit button, nothing happens. So if we click on the submit button, it will show error message if the form is empty, like this. So to add this, you can go back to your foundation site again. You can click on plugins and abide. You can then copy this data abide and no validate and paste it in your form tag. Then this is the error message which was displaying at the bottom of the form. So if you want it, you can copy them and paste it at the bottom of the form. Then if you want the individual error message, you can copy this error message and add them just after your input box. Also, in your input box, you have to add required as well. You can then change this error message saying please enter your name. Likewise, let's add the error message in this email address as well. So again, we have to add required in input type email. Then the message would be please enter your email address. Let's do the same for our phone. Please enter your phone, and we have to add required in our input box. Then finally, let's add them in subject. So it would be please enter your subject and add the required in input box. Now let's check the site again, and this time if you click on the submit button, it is showing the error message. Great. This is the end of this session. In the next session, we'll work on the responsiveness of the website. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions. Also, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel to get more videos in the future. Thank you.